Mike Brown's been very comfortable tweaking his rotations throughout this playoff series, and he's going to have a big lineup decision to make ahead of Game 4 on Saturday because Miles McBride replaced Mikal Bridges and gave the Knicks a lot of life in the second half of their loss here in Game 3. And Mike Brown and the coaching staff are going to have a healthy conversation about should Miles McBride start ahead of Mikal Bridges. Game 4, Knicks backs against the wall, down 2-1. McBride provided a lot of shooting, defense off the bench. Bridges really struggled. He ended up with 4 turnovers, 0 for 4 from the field. He said afterward, this is on me. I just have to be better for my team. But you wonder, in what role will Bridges play Game 4 Saturday? This is obviously a must-win game for a Knicks team that was expected to get well beyond the first round in these playoffs, and the expectations are very high. We already know the expectation is finals or bust, and so to go down 3-1 if you lose Saturday would really be a doomsday scenario. Big game on Saturday for Mike Brown and the Knicks.
This game was a tale of 2 possessions. The Hawks got it to their star. The Knicks couldn't even get a shot off.
Yeah, let's take it chronologically. So you start with the Knicks on defense, and they go with their defensive lineup. So you sub out Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, and you've got the guys on the floor seemingly that you want. And the Hawks are able to inbound to C.J. McCollum directly off a screen where Deuce McBride kind of gets caught in the wash there. He's a little late. Next thing you know, it's kind of an easy dribble, stop, and shoot for McCollum, and he gets a pretty good look. You know, McBride recovered pretty nicely, but McCollum's been a thorn in the side for the Knicks in this series, so they got it just the way that they drew it up. And you hear from Mike Brown there saying we wanted to basically isolate Brunson on that side of the floor. The Hawks, I think, knew that because they sent help for Okongwu, and all of a sudden, as Brunson dribbles into the corner there, he's got 2 guys on him. There's no clear shot. He kind of gets caught in a spot where he's looking for help, and the rest of the Knicks are kind of just standing around. And that's the problem with this offense late in the games. And I understand it's the NBA. You want the ball in Brunson's hands. You want him to take the final shot. But when the defense sends a double or sends help, you've got to have some other options, and I don't see other Knicks moving around on the floor enough. Karl-Anthony Towns is as far from the basket as any of the other Knicks players on the floor. I'm not saying that's just on him. Maybe that's the way that they drew it up. I know you want Brunson to take the shot, but if they're going to defend it a certain way, there's got to be another option. They panicked. He throws the ball away. Inexcusable not to get a shot off there.
Guys, to not get a shot off is amateur. It's amateur. For a team that's supposed to be cohesive, together, this team that's so battle-tested, playing all of these playoff games over the last couple of years, that's the sort of nonsense you'd expect from like a 13 or 14 seed in the NCAA tournament, not a team that's trying to go and get themselves to the NBA Finals. And that is where you look first at coaching, because Quinn Snyder, the previous possession, is able to get the ball to C.J. McCollum with ease. He gets as easy a look and as easy a basket as you could possibly have. And the final 2 possessions for the New York Knicks, it's dribble, dribble, dribble. Jalen Brunson backed into a corner, yucking it behind to Josh Hart, not having a chance to get a shot off. That's losing basketball. And listen, coaching matters, and you need your stars to show up. Captain Clutch, he's supposed to be this unbelievable fourth-quarter performer. Game 2 and Game 3, you have not gotten that from Mr. Brunson.
Yeah, way too much standing around for the Knicks offense, and not a good Game 2 or 3 for the head coach, Mike Brown. All right, Mikal Bridges, 0 points in 21 minutes. Fellas, he has not scored since the first half of Game 2. So, JJ, does Mike Brown need to change his starting lineup?
I'm not taking him out of his starting lineup, but I'm having the same approach. If he's not going to bring it and play well in Game 4, his rear end could be on the bench for the 3rd and the 4th quarter. I don't care what he's making. I don't care how many picks you gave up to go and get him. Non-factor. And so much for Mike Brown, by the way, being able to unlock this different version of Mikal Bridges. I heard that all offseason. Right now, CeeLo, I'm getting the same version of Mikal Bridges and a non-factor in each of the last 2 games.
And that's all true. And look, probably not what they expected, given up the amount of picks that they did. The one thing you say about Bridges is he can be very streaky, and we've seen him respond before game to game. Maybe it's on the defensive end. Maybe it's coming up with a big jump shot late in the game, so it's not a guarantee. I don't think they're going to rock the boat and change the starting lineup, but to JJ's point, we saw it in the 4th quarter. Deuce McBride getting the minutes over Bridges. Yes, he did come in defensively on that second to last possession, but I think the minutes will be impacted if he's not going early on in game number 4.
Well, the Knicks need him to start streaking the other way quickly here. And JJ, after the Game 2 loss, you said you were still confident this series was not going 7 games. How confident are you about that now?
I think it's fair to say the confidence is a little shook at this particular point in time because the Knicks didn't show up ready to play. That, to me, is so so unacceptable. You lose game 2 the way that they did. They weren't ready. They weren't ready to start off this game. It's all well and good. They started hitting threes in the fourth quarter. That's a major problem here. So at this point, you're down 2-1 in the series. It's time for a game 7.
Yeah, look, you can't be confident in anything right now, even if they should win game number 4. You know, I don't think you're just going to assume, hey, no problem, we'll take care of the next 2 as well. There's been enough inconsistency already in this series and giving up the lead in game 2, making the comeback, but then not executing late in game number 3. So holes in the armor right now where, no, I don't feel confident.